ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನ ಹಾಗೂ ದಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಏನೆಂದು ನಿಮಗಾಗಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಭವನದ ಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಜೂಬಿಲಿ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ರಚಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಗೀತೆ. ಭವನ್ ಶಾಂತ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
जय जय विद्या भवन भारती, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा, जय जय विद्या भवन भारती, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा। ज्ञान विज्ञान की ज्योत जगाता अमृतमय विद्या सरसता, यहाँ जगत कल्याण सुधा की बहे प्रेम रस धारा। जय जय विद्या भवन भारती, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा। भारत संस्कृति कला निकेतन विकसिता, साहित्य सनातन, नव विज्ञान कला कौशल का पावन मंदिर प्यारा। जय जय विद्या भवन भारती, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा। प्रभु अर्पित सब कर्म कराता, मानव को संपन्न बनाता, सदा एकता प्रेम भक्ति पर तन मन धन सब वारा। जय जय विद्या भवन भारती, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा। जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा, जय जय विद्या भवन हमारा।
ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಲು ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಎನ್ ರಾಮಾನುಜ ಅವರನ್ನ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಎನ್ ರಾಮಾನುಜ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಅವನೋ ಭದ್ರಾಃ ಕರ್ತವೋ ಯಂತು ವಿಶ್ವತಃ. ಲೆಟ್ ನೋಬಲ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಹಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಜೂಬ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 75th year of Bhavan's journal, from last 1 year, we are having series of programs. We wanted to have 125 programs, and today, I think one of the best programs of this particular period is Dr. Parameshvara's My Tries with Destiny. ಈ ಭಾನುವಾರದ ಸಂಜೆ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಇದೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರದ ಎಂತೆಂಥ ಮಹನೀಯರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷದ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 23 ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಗ ಸಂಭ್ರಮವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜಿ ವೆಂಕಟಸುಬ್ಬಯ್ಯನವರ ಶತಮಾನೋತ್ಸವವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಇದೇ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಇದೇ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೂ ನನ್ನ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಯ್ಗುಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಪಾಸವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ರಾಮಾಜೋಯಿಸ್ರವರು ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾಳಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ರಕ್ಷಾಬಂಧನ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅದ್ಧೂರಿಯಾಗಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ 4-5 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ. ನಾಳಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ಕಿಂಚ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಂಭ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸರ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಪೇಟ್ರನಂತೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಾರ್ಯನವರು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಓದಿ ಅರಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಇವರ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಅನಂತ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆಂಕಟಸುಬ್ಬಯ್ಯ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರಾಮಾನುಜ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟೆಡ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅನಂತು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಪಾಪ ಅನಂತು ಭಾಳ ಶೈ ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲು ಅದಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಭಾರವಾದ ಪುಸ್ತಕ, ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಾರ್ಯವರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ತಿರುಗಿ ಓದೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಿಲ್ಲ, ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಯಾವ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಇದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾವೆಂ ಸ್ಮಾರಕ ಗ್ರಂಥಮಾಲೆಯಿಂದ 2 ಪುಸ್ತಕ, ಹೃದಯ ಬೇನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೃದಯಾಘಾತ ಮತ್ತು ಮಧುಮೇಹ ರೋಗ, ಈ 2 ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಛಾಯಾಪತಿಯವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ CN ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ, ಜಯದೇವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್, ಅವರು ಪದ್ಮಶ್ರೀ ಸಹ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಕೋಚಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಪದ್ಮಶ್ರೀ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಚಂದ್ರಕಾಂತ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಸರ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯವರ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯವರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ವಿಮಲಾ ರಂಗಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿಮಲಾ ರಂಗಾಚಾರ್ಯವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ H.C. ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯ, ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೂರ್ಕಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹಿಯರ್. ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಬನೂರ್ ಮಠ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್, ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೋ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಪ್ರೆಸ್, ಇದು ಇಬ್ಬರ ಸಹಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಮಠ್, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ರಿಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಕಿವಿದಿದೆ. ಸರ್, ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ, ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಪೇಟ್ರನ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭವನದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಲ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ He is taking care of all health of all the proactively. Because proactively anything happens, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Dr. Parameshwar is there, and Srimati Parameshwar also, very close to us. Sir, we welcome you. And ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಂದ್ರು, hearty welcome. A senior journalist, he is here on the stage. Chandrasekhar, ನಿಮಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮವರೇ. He is almost editing the Bhavan Journal, very active person. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇದು ಹೇಳಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೀಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
My pleasure to request Anant, Chairman and Managing Director of the Bangalore Press, who has been the publisher of this valuable book, to say a few words.
ಸಭೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೂ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಭೆಯ ಮುಂದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. I would like to say a little about Dr. Parameshvara and the books. It was about half a year ago that Sri Suresh, Director of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, asked me if we could take up the publication of the autobiography of Dr. Parameshvara. I had met Dr. Parameshvara several times and had heard a lot of him as one of the most gifted and renowned cardiologists and physicians of Karnataka. I went to his website to know more about him formally. Starting as a small boy of an Orthodox family near Sringeri, Parameshvara had his early education in Koppa and Shimoga and medical education from Bangalore and Mysore, and graduated in 1957. Joined by his life partner, Dr. Nalini, at the age of 32, Dr. Parameshwara's energies doubled. The 51 years of joint service by this couple, added to the 9 to 10 years already done by Bachelor Parameshvara, have made him an invaluable asset of a large metropolitan society. Dr. Parameshvara obtained membership from the Royal College of Physicians of London in 1964. Recognition came in the form of fellowships from the American College of Cardiology, Royal College of Physicians of London and Edinburgh, Association of Physicians of India and Cardiological Society of India, etc. He was the medical registrar of Birmingham General Hospital, UK. Dr. Nalini in this book writes, "My husband's sojourn in Great Britain was a game changer. It transformed him into a classy physician, distinctly superior with British bedside manners. The polishing of the diamond had been complete." Dr. Parameshvara always maintained the view that medical care should be carried to the doorsteps of the citizen, and has successfully launched scores of health checkup camps in both urban and rural areas with ECG, X-ray and laboratory facilities and health education programs. Dr. Parameshvara in his autobiography says, I quote, "I realized that one should have a helping attitude to people whenever possible, even if someone was against you or did not like you. After all, it costs nothing to be pleasant, but makes the other man happy and comfortable. That remains as my motto ever since." Unquote. He rose to a rare combination of high standard of ethics, a caring attitude, and a fine sense of humor. Apart from his professional attainments, this doctor extraordinaire had a deep understanding of Sanskrit, through which he learnt the Indian scriptures. He is one of those intellects who can converse fluently in Sanskrit. Visualizing the importance of reviving the knowledge of ancient system of Indian medicine for modern generation, he initiated and sponsored the Encyclopedia of Indian Medicine in 6 volumes. He rose to become the national president of the Indian Medical Association and had rich experience as a writer, as editor of several magazines, medical magazines, and scientific papers. Dr. Parameshvara has received the prestigious Dr. B.C. Roy Award from the hands of the President of India and the Karnataka Rajyotsava Award from the Government of Karnataka. Professor L.S. Sheshagiri Rao in the book has said, "Some books enrich any library. This one is one such book. This work traces an interesting journey guided by principles and sustained by grit and determination. A reader returns again and again to this autobiography." This is what Professor L.S. Sheshagiri Rao has said. Respected Justice Venkatachalaya in his foreword has also said, "The message of Dr. Parameshvara's professional life is that ethics in and efficiency of medical practice are not antagonistic to each other, but are inevitable concomitants." Bangalore Press, started by the visionary Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, and having seen 96 Januaries in its life, considers this publication of the autobiography of Dr. Parameshvara as another invaluable feather in its cap, and I thank Dr. Parameshvara for providing this opportunity to us. When the publication work started, the doctor couple had the scripts thoroughly checked. They spent hours and hours in drifting through the thousands of photos capturing some of their achievements. It was a difficult task to pick from the photos, some of which were black and white, some of which were hazy, some of which were out of focus, but many of them had to be retained because of the contextual significance. While the doctor has put in 2 years of precious time to write this autobiography, the couple have spent almost half a year in selecting the photos alone. This shows the importance they have attached to this autobiography, the message of their life. I believe that Bangalore Press has put in its share of efforts in reaching the message of life of this great soul of our country to our people, and I am confident that the people will find it of great value for years to come. On this occasion, we are also releasing 2 more books in Kannada, ಮಧುಮೇಹ ರೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಹೃದಯ ಬೇನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೃದಯಾಘಾತ. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ತಾಲೂಕಿನ ವೆಂಕಣ್ಣಯ್ಯ ಸ್ಮಾರಕ ಗ್ರಂಥಮಾಲೆ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕವು ಸಮಾರಂಭವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
I request S.N. Chandrasekhar, senior journalist, who have completely gone through his doctor's autobiography, to say a few words, because I think he is the most read person about the book. Please.
Friends, salutations to you all. I came here only as an audience, member of the audience. As a journalist also, I am more comfortable in the auditorium than on the dais. But today, Suresh has inveigled me into going here and to speak a few words on this auspicious occasion. At the outset, I must congratulate Dr. Parameshvara and Dr. Nalini, who have done a lifetime of literary work. You may all remember, some time ago we had, on an occasion of his birthday, we had released a couple of books. They had given an inkling of his services to society by way of his services as a doctor, as a physician, as a cardiologist. Later, when this voluminous book was taken up for publication, I had the opportunity, because I never thought it was within my purview to edit such a book, because it's so much technical about it. Anyway, both Suresh and Mathur insisted that I should go through the book. let me tell you, the 6 volumes when I were presented to me, it was rather intimidating for me. I never thought I'd be able to do any good work or add any substance to the wonderful work Dr. Parameshvara had done. Well, I went through. Let me tell you, I have gone through twice the whole manuscript. And I enjoyed the spent, and particularly when he came to Bangalore, and then became a sort of came to study with particular interest in medicine, but entirely, you will agree, that it was Veerakesari Sitaramaya who helped him to scale all the obstacles that came in the way. And it was very lucky that Parameshvara was brought up in that environs, a place of real culture, and then he emerged as one of the most deserving candidates and come out successfully in his profession. And then he has gone places. You know his orations. You know the degrees and etc. he has received. And then every step I followed with interest, and I am happy I was given an opportunity to go through the whole thing, understand the thing, and then understand also the ordeal with which he had to pass through and then come out with this wonderful book. I've enjoyed it. I'm sure all the readers will enjoy it. Congratulate Dr. Parameshvara and Dr. Nalini and thank them for having given me the opportunity to go through the book first, because I was the first reader. And then let me tell you, I'm not going to be the last reader. I'm going to certainly read it again. Thank you very much.
ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದುರು ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋ ಕ್ಷಣ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಬಿಸಿ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕವರ್ ಯು. You will not be able to see, but I will redo it again after they complete their work. May I now request Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya to kindly launch the very, very important book, the autobiography of Justice Sri V. Parameshvara. I want Madam to kindly join another guest. Now I think, sir, I think another big round of applause for the wonderful book that is being launched here. There are 2 more books to be released. And now may I request Dr. C.N. Manjunath ji to kindly launch Hrudaya Bene Mattu Hrudaya Gata. Yes, sir. Doctor, please join. Sir, please join here. Sir. Thank you for not even asking for the wonderful applause you have given it to us. One more book, Madhumeha Roga, Diabetic by Dr. Chandrakant B. Patil ji will now launch the book. One more round of applause. Thank you very much. And I think may I now request Honorable Justice Sri M.N. Venkatachalaya to kindly address the gathering.
Sri Ramanuja, Dr. Parameshvara and his gracious lady, Dr. Manjunath, Dr. Chandrasekhar Patil, Sri Chandrasekhar, Sri Anant, Sri Venkat Subaya, Justice Malimat, Justice Swami and his lady, Justice Ravi Malimat, very respected and distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It was said the book is of international standards. While endorsing that, I must say that the doctor, the author himself, is of international standards. This is Dr. Parameshvara is a metaphor for the ideal doctor, a dutiful man, a man with a kind of a conscience that should inform every citizen of the world. When I went through the book with a view to contributing a foreword to it, I was amazed that, contrary to our popular perceptions of the medical profession, here was an idealist, something which is extraordinary. And the contribution and the blessings of the Western medicine, modern allopathic medicine. In fact, in 1910, if I remember right, the average life expectancy of an Indian was 20.9 years. There is an account of an enormous amount of infant mortalities. 259 children out of 1,000 children born would not see the first birthday. 80% of them would die on the same day. And that was the condition. Today, the corresponding figure in Kerala, in the state of Kerala, is just 12, is almost the finest in Asia. And the life expectancy of an urban female in Kerala became 85 years in 2000 AD. For a period of 90 years, this transformation occurred on account of this great medical miracle. And we have this, in fact, it is said of Sir Winston Churchill, he fell ill in the early 40s, in 1941 or 42. He was a huge man and he had a huge pneumonia on both sides of the lung. Doctors gave up hope and told his wife it's very difficult for him to survive in the cold weather of England. The infection had spread. His wife went to the doctor and said, is there no research going on in regard to this? They said, we have heard that one Alexander Fleming, an Englishman, was doing some work in America on penicillin, and that is supposed to be an antibiotic. This was conveyed to Sir Winston. He said, well, this boy Fleming, I saved him from a drowning accident. he was in a swimming accident. I saved his life. Asked him to send the medicine even in the trial state. Even at the trial state, the medicine was shipped to England, and that saved Sir Winston Churchill. This was the remarkable advances that, and imagine the man didn't want a patent intellectual property right over that. This is, in fact, a Salk vaccine. The inventor didn't want a patent over it. He gave it to the World Health Organization. That was the ethics of the medical profession. Today, Dr. Parameshvara, as we go through the book, the concern of a professional man, the impersonal love for mankind, that permeates the whole philosophy of his life. This is something extraordinary. I am not his patient. I think I've survived, not that. 85 years I haven't had much trouble. I suppose it doesn't matter if I have some in the future. But of course, cynically, the doctor is compared to the elder brother of Yamaraj. When Yamaraj takes away your life, a doctor is supposed to take away your life and your money as well. But this kind of cynical things are uttered when we see some kind of malpractice that we see in the medical profession, even as in the legal profession, in all professions for that matter. In America, the malpractice insurance and the defensive medicine for unnecessarily tests to protect the doctor from a future action from his own patient, the amount is equivalent to the healthcare budget of India. This is the kind of thing that is happening all over the world. But in an atmosphere of this kind, a doctor like Parameshvara, in fact, I remember when we celebrated his work some time ago in the same platform, Justice Malimat spoke about him in such emotional terms. And he offered ₹1 lakh to his trust. And Dr. Parameshvara was shy to accept it also. And one speaker on that occasion said, Dr. Parameshvara advised him an urgent surgery. The patient said, I have no money. Doctor paid the whole bill and paid some 50,000 rupees to the man to undergo this thing. Where do we get people like this? A human being who feels that intense love for fellow men. This is something which is, that philosophy is rare to come by. We have models like this. There's a book written on a great doctor who went to South Africa, the Lamberine, darkest Africa, to practice. A Greek author wrote a biography of him in which he spoke of the sense of a dutiful man. In fact, this is a beautiful occasion when so many people have come here not only to celebrate the release of the book, to celebrate the life of Dr. Vishweshwara and his service to the people. We have 2 other books, 2 eminent doctors have released it. Diabetes. India has the largest and the fastest growing diabetic population in the world. And very soon, some doctor was discussing with me, unless we have a genetic breakthrough in the treatment of diabetes, if we don't have it, by 2020, you may require 300 million hemodialysis per year for patients. 300 million. We have about 9,800 dialysis machines in the country today. Our capacity is about 12 million, and we may require 300 million. And there's a collapse. And with the way in which politicians and economists and all people are busy working up to the destination of 2020, where we will have a collapse. And in the early 50s, Gunnar Myrdal, who wrote the Asian drama, he said India is a functioning anarchy. And today, by 2020, thanks to our politicians and economists, it will be a full-fledged anarchy by 2020. and I hope I am giving 7 years more so that I may not be around to see that disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, the heart disease, in fact, cancer, tuberculosis, malaria. Malaria is coming back with an epistolic fervor, back with a drug-resistant strain. Tuberculosis is the same story. And healthcare has become medical care. So I have got to fall ill and fall into the hands of doctors and pharmaceutical people. And healthcare, preventive healthcare is unknown today as a practicing virtue. All this combined with our political disaster and in a sense contributed ably by the judiciary as well, we have a prospect of very dim days ahead. But the shining beacon lights in such darkness is the like of Dr. Parameshvara. We are here to celebrate this beautiful work really, and the amount of care for his sense of belonging to the profession of healing has inspired him to go into the virtues of the Indian medical system and got Mr. S.K. Ramchandra Rao to collaborate to write a monumental encyclopedia of Indian medicine. This is the freedom of bias. Normally, allopathic doctors don't think much of Ayurvedic systems. But I think a holistic system, Ayurveda, homeopathy, allopathic system, whatever can bring relief to people is what is necessary today. I'm so happy to be, I'm really fortunate to have been invited to contribute a foreword and also the blessing of the opportunity to release this book today. Thank you very much for your patience and guts.
In your wishes, may I request my colleagues to put a couple of chairs in front of the thing. I request Srimati and Dr. Parameshwar to please be seated. So we all join with wishing them. We are celebrating you. That is later. I think may I request so let us celebrate the life of Dr. V. Parameshwar and Dr. May I request ಬಾಗಿನ ಕೊಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಳಿನಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರರ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥವರು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅನಂತ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್. ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಜೋಡಿ ಪಂಚೆ ಓದಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜರಿ ಸೀರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಾಗಿನ ತುಂಬ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನೋ ತುಂಬ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು. ಇಲ್ಲೇನ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಒಂದು ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಅಪರೂಪದ ದಂಪತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆರತಿ ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಲಯ್ಯನವ್ರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಸಿ ದಿ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಇವ್ರ ಮದುವೆ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗದೇ ಇರೋರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಮಿಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್. This wonderful program is being, web telecasted by Srivatsa, who has been the interlarts.org. Worldwide it is being viewed, this program, and even the speeches that is being there. And we thank the Srivatsa for this wonderful gesture. So I think ಆರತಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ. So it's now my pleasure to request Srimati Parameshvara also to say a few words. I think she has a say in this function. Yeah. Please. I think she's close because she's got a big role to play in this entire. The book is literally hers, in a way.
Dignitaries gracing the dais, distinguished audience, and valued friends. I feel privileged to share my thoughts and feeling on this august occasion of release of the autobiography of my husband, Dr. V. Parameshvara. Please look at me. Dr. V. Parameshwar, it is my earnest hope that leafing through the pages of this well-turned-out book, highlighted by pictures of the past and present, you, the reader, might benefit by the amazing journey of the author in pursuit of his goals, overcoming the hurdles to reach his destiny of being a man of medicine with ethics, and over the decades, excelling in skills, compassionate in approach, and reaching out with a healing touch to his myriad of patients. For me, helping to compile this autobiography has been an odyssey. This book is a window to view the author as a family man, a friend, a writer, and a scholar. At 83, treating the fourth generation of patients, Dr. V. Parameshvara is medically updated with a unique presence at national conferences. His quote at the last National Conference of Association of Physicians of India, "With ethics, we are priceless. Without ethics, we are worthless." This prompted a poster exhibit. This is in a lighter vein, medical fact. Long time ago, people who sacrificed their sleep, family, food, laughter, and other joys of life were called saints. Now they are called doctors. I don't know how many will agree. Only time will tell whether this autobiography will inspire the younger generation of men of medicine and others to emulate the concept of a physician who, apart from expertise, is a good human being, fulfilling his social obligations and an asset in the realm of his region and beyond. Thank you.
Request Dr. V. Parameshwara to kindly address the gathering. Give a big round of applause.
Thank you, Suresh.
Madam, instruction that I should set the mic properly to you.
I always follow her orders. Dear and esteemed Justice Sri M. N. Venkatachalaya, Sri N. Ramanuja, Sri H. N. Suresh, Sri H. R. Anant, my esteemed colleagues, Dr. C. N. Manjunath and Dr. C. B. Patil, and distinguished friends. As I look back, I consider that all these years of our life, my life, were but a preparation for this day where intellectuals and great men and women have honored me. Indeed, I am singularly blessed. Life always expresses the result of one's dominant thoughts. My autobiography is about my trials, challenges, and triumphs through the 40s, 50s, and 60s of last century up to the present. As a practicing physician, I have maintained an uniform approach towards all my patients. In fact, I strive hard to be compassionate. It is my firm belief that there is no substitute for kindness. The release of my autobiography by the Doyen of the Judiciary, Justice Sri Venkatachalaya, is a great honor and a profound experience for me. I am beholden to him for going through my voluminous work and penning the foreword, which is a masterpiece. His insight into my world as a physician and endorsement of my career as a man of medicine with ethics is abundantly rewarding, sir. The epilogue by Professor Sri L.S. Sheshgir Rao is epitome in eloquence and encompasses my life with lyrical elegance. I am overwhelmed. Sri Ramanuja, our chairman of the Bhavan, has always, all along, been very supportive of me. I am thankful to him. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and my friend, the dynamic, multifaceted director, Sri H.N. Suresh, has orchestrated the whole show from its inception right up to the release of My Tryst with Destiny. Suresh, I am indebted to you. I thank Mr. C.N. Ashok Kumar, the Deputy Director of the Bhavan, for his sustained support, and I acknowledge with great gratitude the sustained help of Mrs. Gayatri, Mrs. Pramaya, and the dedicated staff of the Bhavan. The printing and publication of the autobiography, with its classy finish and presentation, is the handiwork of the gifted and dynamic managing director, Sri H.R. Anant of Bangalore Press, and his efficient staff. The exquisite photos on the covers of the book are shot through the lens of the notable photographer Sri Srivastava. I commend his proficiency. Senior journalist, our elder, Sri S. N. Chandrasekhar's searching pen has added fine finish to the pages of my autobiography. Sir, I am indebted to you. In this contest, I acknowledge the finish of Srimati Deepa Shankar, who has designed my website, drvparameshvara.com. In recent times, 4 medical entities have taken center stage, namely high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, and heart attack, reaching epidemic proportions in our society. As a social obligation to address these issues, I was prompted to write books on hypertension, titled Adhikarakvattada, and obesity, titled Bojjudeha, which have been published and are on public domain. With the release of these 2 other books, Hridaya Bene Mattu Hridayaghata and Madhumeha Roga, this series is complete. We have with us here a vibrant younger generation of specialists on my right side, in Manjunath and in Dr. Patil, among others, to carry on the legacy of commitment in the patient care and empowering patients to be proactive about their health. I am grateful to Dr. Manjunath and Dr. Patil for releasing the books on Hridaya Bene and Madhumeha Roga. And at this function, their august presence has enhanced the importance of the occasion. My wife Nalini is my muse. One of the wisest decisions I made and implemented successfully was getting married to her. It was about 51 years old, or a little more. Well, there is nothing to match Nalini in this world. I acknowledge the fine work of Sri T.S. Chayapati of Talukina Venkannaya Smaraka Granthamalaya in Mysore in printing and publishing the books on Hridayabhene and also Madhumeha Roga. Ladies and gentlemen, my hearty thanks to all of you here for gracing this function, making this day a benchmark event in my life. Thank you once more.